So somebody says, what in the world goes on behind the doors in that recording studio at Jingle Bob Music? Stick around, folks. You're gonna find out. I've been in the recording industry for over 40 years now. Started out when I was a teenager, playing in a local country gospel band with a few buddies from school. And along the way, I learned some of the ropes as a producer, where you manage a singer's overall sound and budget. When we went to recording back in those days, that's when the tectonic plates of the earth was still cooling. We were using reel-to-reel analog equipment, 2-inch tape, and a total of 8 tracks. Made you real creative when you wanted to use more than 8 instruments or vocals. Of course, many years ago we all made the switch to digital, but we still use tube gear to keep the sound warm and natural. So back in 2011, when I decided to purchase my own gear and hang out my shingle as a recording engineer, I already had 32 years of studio experience to draw from. What I didn't know, I should be able to fake. And in these past 10 years, I've recorded 34 complete albums and at least 41 singles. Yeah, we've been busy. There's been some incredibly cool experiences in the process. We've recorded professional singers and songwriters who make their living off their music, down to hobby musicians who are just simply looking for a chance to have their music captured. We've recorded kids as young as 8, up to 80-year-olds. We've had a lot of projects receive airplay. Now, although it's generally country genres that make their way through these doors, we've also recorded other styles. We had Martha. She was in here playing crystal bowls. We set up about 20 bowls of different sizes. Each size makes its own note. And we used 7 different mics and assigning them to different areas of the stereo spectrum. And the end result sounded like you were sitting in the middle of the whole set. We even recorded some Punjabi rap. Yeah, we didn't have a clue what they was saying, but man, it was loud and we all had way too much fun.
ਉਹ ਵੀ ਅਥਰੇ ਸੀ ਟਾਈਮ ਜਦੋਂ ਕੀਤੇ ਸੀ ਕ੍ਰਾਈਮ ਅੱਜ ਵੈਰੀਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਢਾਵੇ ਕਭੀ ਜੱਟ ਦੀ ਰਾਈਮ ਛੱਡ ਵੈਲ ਪੁਣੇ ਬੜੀ ਕਲਾਕਾਰੀ ਦੀ ਮੈਂ ਲਾਈਨ ਤਾਰੇ ਤੋੜ ਦੂੰ ਸਾਰੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਸ਼ਾਈਨ ਦੇਖ ਆਵਾਜ਼ ਮੇਰੀ ਸੁਣ ਅੱਜ ਲੱਗ
This is a neat one. Let me introduce Reg. He's an 80-some-year-old gentleman who decided to write a love song for his wife based on their 50 years of marriage. We recorded that here.
I will hold on to you forever. Hold on to you until I die. I will hold on to you forever. And I'll tell you just the reason why.
Isn't that cool? See, that's the thing. This studio has always been about the guest artist. I love sitting down with just their song and helping them arrange it, decide what instruments would help build the song, coach them if needed, and then send them out that door feeling happier than when they first walked in. See, although we're helping get their song out there more often than not, the fringe benefits of the recording session is in helping them realize that they're actually indeed talented. Sometimes recording their songs is actual therapy for some long ago hurts. Sometimes it's just plain making a dream come true. Someone said that music is what feelings sound like. I like that. The most fun for me is when a singer or songwriter comes in with just their song, looking for me to add a whole band. These songs have previously never even seen the light of day, so we get to create all the art of arrangement, instruments, and overall emotion of the song. It's a real collaboration of 2 people, and the creativity that flows is just way too cool. Dave has recorded 2 albums here and is getting airplay on Alberta's CKUA radio. His style is an organic, energetic country mixed with blues and rock. And even after working with his music for months, sculpting and building and editing and mixing, I still love to sit back and listen to his work. He's just that good.
I've been walking down this road, trying to lose my heavy load. I've been looking for a sign that says you are a friend of mine. I've been trying to find my way through the darkness and the haze, trying to find brighter days. Well, I finally found.
Then a nephew of mine was asked to send in a video of a piece that he was working on for his recital. Jesse is 13. He's quite an actor, so this was right down his alley. Then at the opposite end of the age scale is a feller who had just turned 80, and he wanted to record, I think it was his 5th album. Now Wayne has been entertaining people around BC and Alberta for nearly all his life, and is widely known and loved for some real off-the-wall tunes. So we employed the old live off the floor setup, where he sang and played at the same time, keeping that campfire atmosphere that everybody knows him
While
for.
we were riding and a-kissing, the engine started missing. We were a long ways from home. I jumped right out then, fast as I could. Found what was wrong, 'cause when I raised the hood, there was her father, her mother, her sister, and her brother. I never see Maggie alone.
I never in my wildest dreams would have ever expected that one day I'd be making people smile with something this fun. Nor would I have ever thought that I'd be working with some of Nashville's finest musicians. I play as many instruments as I can in here for artists who come in here, but there's a whole lot more that I just can't play. So through the wonders of the internet, I send tracks out to session players who apply their skill and talents, and then they just simply email me the results back. Some of these guys, my go-to guy for steel and fiddle is Bruce Hoffman. He played for Mel Tillis until Mel's death a few years ago. And I've had the privilege of working with the incomparable Red Volkart, who regularly played electric guitar for Merle Haggard and George Jones and a whole bunch of other big names. We've got Buddy Green on harmonica, who's played with pretty much everybody in Nashville. Sam Levine on sax, clarinet, and penny whistle. He's a AAA sought-after session player and is on many of the top 40 songs you hear on country and jazz radio. And he's toured with jazz greats like Mel Torme. Got Jeff Taylor on piano and accordion. Yes, I record accordion. Who has been with the Time Jumpers for 20-some years now. And he's become a really good friend. Dolly Parton's producer and band leader, Kent Wells. He's on banjo and Spanish-style nylon guitar. Who, when I went down to Nashville to meet with these fellers I'd worked with for years, he gave me 2.5 hours of his time when I asked for a half hour. I could go on, but the point here, folks, is that absolutely every one of these boys are down to earth and don't have an arrogant bone in their body. Music is the important thing to them, and that shows up in their playing. And I'm honored to work closely with them and to be called their friends. And lots of crazy stuff happens here too. See, it's a beautiful spot out in the middle of nowhere. It's a laid-back ambience in a country atmosphere, and time just kind of stops. And the inhibitions fly out the window. We were recording an album for a gospel band by the name of Crimson River. tracking a slow, gorgeous a cappella song, and we decided it would be a nice touch to have a choir added to it. So we set up a couple of mics and had the whole band gather around with a few others and sing the song. Now, we did that a couple times so that the end result would be the huge sound of about 30 voices. So we got everything set up. It was late at night, and we were all in a mellow mood. I had just hit the record button and sat down to join the choir when this happened.
I see his wounds, I feel his grace.
I'm sorry, the rest of us weren't ready.
Run down, tears are running down my face.
Don't water that down.
Only at Jingle Bob. Oh man. So that's just a little glimpse of what goes on behind the doors here at Jingle Bob Records. It's more than the music, guys. It's the people who record here. They're the real stars. And I've learned that when you put them first, the fringe benefits just pile on like icing on a cake. And you know, it don't matter what profession you're in. You put other people first before yourself, and the difference is stunningly amazing. Things just automatically tend to go better, and the unexpected thing is that you end up getting rewarded your own self. It's kind of addicting. Well, that's it for now, folks. I have more recording that I have to get to, so thanks so much for listening. Keep watching here on the Inner Tube and on my website to hear the latest tunes to come out of here. And if you've been enjoying these episodes, please subscribe. And we'll see you again next time on Cabin Fever.